As Secretary of Polio New Zealand, this is a really exciting time. I am really loving what we're doing. 3 years ago, if somebody had come to us, and which people often did, and said, can you tell me a good doctor who knows about polio? You know, it was just, there was nothing we could do, really. We had the best intentions to try and create networks and get pamphlets out to people and stuff like that. But everything has changed in the last 2 years. Everything has changed for people who've had polio. I stumble over my words when I'm trying to talk to people about it because there's so much happening and so much to say that I asked Gordon if he would have a recorded conversation with me every week, and I make it into a little video. So if people are interested, they can go and hear about what's happening, because I can tell you, because every day things change in terms of progress that's being made in so many areas relative to what is and will be available for people who had polio. It's like we were forgotten for all those years, and suddenly people have woken up and go, oh, hello, you people who had polio, you're still here. And people are starting to listen about, well, since you're still here, what do you actually need? Thanks to Gordon, who has really managed to change everything in the work that he did as the National Program Manager. First as the facilitator of the conference in Christchurch. It was the 25-year anniversary of the organisation, and really, apart from the friendships that had developed and the goodwill that had been generated, there wasn't a lot to celebrate, because there had been no progress with the public health system or any political recognition of the fact that there are probably 10,000 people still living in New Zealand with having had polio, and they're aging. And we know a lot now about what happens when a body ages that has had polio. We know so much about that now, and there's so much responding and getting in place to address what a person who had polio needs as they age. And that has consequences for disabled children in the future. And that's what I find so exciting about this. Everything we're achieving, which will be helpful to people who had polio, will be helpful to all kinds of people. My mind doesn't go past the kids. Disabled, I mean, okay, we've nearly wiped out polio, and that's the reality. It's nearly gone as a significant virus in the world. I mean, children are still becoming disabled. Car accidents, of course, drunk drivers are a cause of disability in children. There's all kinds of reasons why kids are being born genetically incomplete. And so I think of the kinds of things that are known now. If I'd had those kind of calipers as a kid, you know, what would I have done with my life? I am sure I would have become a vet and gone and lived in Africa and worked as a vet in Africa. That's what I would have done if I'd had the kind of calipers as a kid that will be available for kids of today. I just find that so incredibly exciting. Anyway, Gordon and I had our first conversation this morning. We will try and do this once a week, and there will be a little video clip for you to come and check out about everything that's going on that's of benefit to people who had polio.